The police often question him just because they find him interesting. His beard alone has experienced more than a lesser man's entire body. His blood smells like cologne. He
came from the living horror of Zombie Beach, the podcast. Or for you on the West Coast, Zombie Beach, or Zom Beach, or Z Beach, or
Z Beach, man. Z Beach! Z Beach!
Is that what a Frenchman yells when there's a female dog biting your leg? I don't know. It's been one of those Wednesdays.
I was thinking it was tattoo.
Oh yeah, the beach, the beach,
the beach, the beach.
So
yes, it is the beach.
It is the beach tattoo.
I shouldn't have given him another beer. His little body cannot handle it.
Speaking of dead celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
We lost Carl Malden today.
No.
Yes. There are no more streets of San Francisco for him to walk on.
Oh, my.
Yes. He passed away, and you heard Billy Mays passed away.
Billy Mays.
And, of course, Michael Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, Ed McMahon. Dude, it's like they're dropping like flies.
What's up with that?
You know, I don't know what it is. I'm a little concerned, though, because Billy Mays was 50, Michael Jackson's 50. I'm turning 50 at the end of this year.
Well, I'm going to be 50 pretty soon myself.
So, apparently, we might as well start dipping our toe into the shallow end of the dead pool, because we may be next.
Well, it's like the most interesting man in the world says, it's never too late to start beefing up your obituary.
Yeah, that is true.
Did you ever see those?
I love the most interesting man in the world. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Stay thirsty.
He's very, very funny. That is a great commercial. I really enjoy those. As opposed to like the most current Jack in the Box ones with the mini Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich, where it's kind of disturbing, where they're two tall people sandwiching a midget.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's a little.
I want to.
No, they're doing they have this cute song, mini Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich, and they got Jack and another guy dressed up as a cowboy, and there's a midget dressed up like a cowboy in between them. And when they do buffalo, they put their hands up on their heads like doing horns, and then they do chicken and they flap their wings, and then ranch like they're throwing a lasso, and then sandwich, and the two guys come together and hug, squishing the midget in between them at groin level. Disturbing. Yeah, it's really, it is. I mean, I had to rewind that on TiVo like 5 or 6 times. I am not seeing what I think I'm seeing. And honestly, it's one step away from fast food midget porn. I am not even kidding.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's really disturbing. I hope they take that off soon. I mean, the sandwiches are good. I went and bought them, and they're great. They're very tasty. It's like little chicken sliders, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, McDonald's has gone completely opposite. They're making bigger hamburgers now. Have you seen those?
I have seen those. Yes, it seems like they're kind of bucking the trend, so to speak, and are looking to do bigger is better, which is so odd because of the whole fast food nation thing. The supersize me and all that. I would think that they would try to go something a little smaller, a little leaner, a little lighter.
Well, I think I know where it's coming from. Because I noticed over the last 2 years, I've gotten used to paying $10 for a hamburger at a restaurant, but they're always monsters.
Right.
And so these new Angus burgers that they came out with, and I've tried 2 of the 3 of them, and they're actually pretty good.
They are not bad.
They're not bad at all, and they're only like $4 if you just buy the burger. So you're saving $6 right there.
Right.
Well, not quite, because the $10 ones come with a plate of fries. So
that is very true.
But,
now, also,
but they're good. They're really good.
The Angus burger from McDonald's is very tasty. It's actually, McDonald's is one of those places where you go and you know exactly what you're going to get week after week. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing about the Angus burger and in its different variants is it's got flavor to it.
Oh, it does. The meat actually has some good flavor.
Yeah, and it's actually juicy. It's not like the little hamburger thing that's... God knows what animal that came from. But at least...
Llama burgers.
Like, exactly. It reminds me of the time I went to this Middle Eastern restaurant. It was a buffet, and they had this thing called moussaka.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and the guy who was our at a buffet, you can't call him a waiter, the guy that comes to the table, it's like I put some on my plate because it looked good. I mean, it looked like some sort of meat product. And I put it on my plate, and the guy comes up to the table, he gives us our Cokes or whatever, and I said, what is this? And he spoke very broken English, kind of like me tonight. And he goes, moussaka. And I go, yes, moussaka. What is it? And he smiles and nods his head. He goes, meat. And I go, yes. What kind of meat? And he smiles, he nods, he goes, meat. And I go, okay, I'm going to have to do charades with this guy because he's not getting it. And so I put the little horns on my head and I go, moo? And he shakes his head. He goes, no, meat. And I go, oh, this is going to be bad. I can tell already. So I make the okay sign with my hand and put it over my nose and I go, oink, oink. And he goes, no, meat. And I'm going, oh, God, we're running out of food groups. And I went, I decided if I'm going to, I want to hear him say no at least once. So I go, rough. And he goes, no, meat. And I just said, forget it, dude. I don't want to know. I'll just eat it and enjoy it. And if it turns out to be like human arm meat or something, then I'll just deal with it later.
Long pork.
Yeah, exactly.
It was probably cat.
I didn't even want to go there. I thought, I'm going to go through all the animal groups and I'm going to come down to like chimpanzees and guinea pigs, and I'm not going to want to know at that point. So, yeah. So getting back to the Angus burger, it's kind of like that. It's like it's got flavor. It's got the one that I go for is the I believe it's the mushroom Swiss one.
Yeah, that's the first one I tried.
Yeah, that one's actually very good, as well as the bacon. The one as well.
Haven't tried the bacon one. I did. The only thing I could say is they are a little on the dry side. They could use some what is it that they serve on the at Fridays?
The Jack Daniel's sauce.
Yeah, the Jack Daniel's sauce would make it like really good.
Now let's since we're talking food here, if you like that type of apparatus. Okay, that burger with that kind of taste going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't have Carl's Jr.'s out there, do you?
Yeah, we do, but they're not Carl.
It's Hardee's.
They're Hardee's.
Hardee's, yes, I'm very familiar with that. You need to try the Kentucky Bourbon Burger.
Ooh, okay.
Dude, get the $6 one because it's only like $4.99 or something like that. They call it the $6 burger. It's like that thing we were just talking about, how you go to a restaurant, you pay $10.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's way too much work to get the whole story. But anyway, yeah. Kentucky Bourbon Burger with extra bourbon sauce is thebomb.com. I'm not even kidding you.
Well, you just made me hungry.
I know. Now I'm hungry now, too. I'm sitting here going, there's a Carl's like 2 blocks from my house. I wish I had ample wireless connection. I just put the laptop in the car and drive over there and we could do a whole commentary.
Well, there you go. That'd be fun.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You dropped out. It may be me because I'm operating wireless right now.
Oh, I'm hearing a very, very warm humming sound, kind of like an old tube amplifier.
Oh, it could be my pacemaker.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm
well, it's not going thump or buzz. It's just like,
good.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a theremin on really low.
Yes.
Theremin.
Theremin?
Theremin? Is that what it is?
Theremin?
That theremin.
Sherman?
You put your hand near it, it makes this.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah.
The old 50s science fiction movie musical instrument.
Yes, I really...
Theremin. It is theremin, isn't it?
I think it is a theremin.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, we need one. They sell them.
Oh, yeah.
You can still buy one, and there are people that are supposedly maestros of the Thurman.
You know what? I'm going to have to Google it now.
I think so. You put the link on the podcast for anyone who wants to go buy a Thurman. Actually, I would like to have a Thurman, to be honest with you, just to have in the house and just bug the crap out of my wife and stepdaughters.
Oh, yeah. Thurman. It's Thurman.
It is Thurman?
It is Thurman. Or Theremin.
Theremin?
Depending on who you go to.
If you're in France, it's Thermone.
It makes you horny.
It does. Thermone.
Ether wave theremin is at least the way it's spelled.
Wow.
It's associated with an eerie sound, which has led to its use in movie soundtracks such as those as Spellbound, The Lost Weekend, and The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you, Wikipedia. Yes,
you gotta love Wikipedia, even though I'm slightly concerned at its accuracy. I mean, what happens when, 2012 hits and the Earth is wiped out, and whatever civilization comes down to take over, they find an old computer, they bust into the internet, and they find Wikipedia as our one source of history information.
They've done things where I've read articles where they did fact checking, right, randomly.
Oh, really?
And it was just as accurate, if not more accurate, than the Encyclopedia Britannica, because it's constantly being corrected by a bunch of people who are really passionate about keeping it accurate.
Wow, I did not know that.
Well, every once in a while you'll find some obscure article that's been that's a tool for someone's agenda, but
right.
But for the most part, for the really meaty subjects, it's corrected with an almost Nazi stormtrooper type enthusiasm.
Wow. Now, do you have to pay to put your definition or enter something in?
No, you don't.
It's free. Okay.
It's free, but anybody could go in and correct you.
Now, see, that kind of bugs me.
No, but people just sit there and do nothing but go in and correct inaccuracies in that thing. So
okay.
It's actually pretty accurate on most things.
Well, now, see, that's the thing, because like you guys, I know, put NERC in and had the definition of NERC.
We did?
Yeah, you guys told me that like 2 years ago.
Oh, but it's not in Wikipedia. It's in that urban dictionary.
Oh, in the urban dictionary.
Urban slang dictionary, yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay, I thought it was in Wikipedia, because I'm sitting there going, you know what? Whatever alien civilization comes out, they're going to think NERC is like, hello. They come up to me, NERC, how are you? NERC, fine. NERC.
Do not run. We come in peace.
You know what? That was on Showtime the other night, and I watched about a half hour of it. I still thought that was a great movie.
It's if it had been edited down a bit, it would have been a great movie. But I think what it is they had too many scenes with people who they really loved.
Yes.
And he couldn't bring himself to cut them out, and they really needed to be cut.
Yes.
It's like it went on way too long with a lot of Jack Nicholson stuff. As much as I like him, it was overkill.
No, you're preaching to the choir. It was like they could have easily cut out about
half
10
hour.
Minutes.
They could have cut out a whole half hour from that movie.
Well, yeah, but I was just saying of like Jack Nicholson, they could have cut out 10 minutes of him. Honestly, Sarah Jessica Parker, as much as I think she's very cute and adorable, she just bugged the crap out of me in this film. I would have liked to see him cut out about 10 minutes of her. And, I think they could have really trimmed that thing down and had a tighter, funnier, quicker, have them hit it hard, fast, and leave the audience wanting more.
Oh, yeah, really.
Kind of like kind of like Transformers. I went and saw that 2 nighs ago.
Oh, really?
The new Transformers.
Was it? I heard it was overkill.
Dude, let me tell you something. I am thanking God I'm not epileptic, because that movie had so many lights and colors and stuff flying by that it was almost sensory overload.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an okay story. There, I'll have to send you the review that I actually got on it. Somebody sent it, and it's the funniest damn thing. But don't read it until after you go see it.
Okay.
Because you really need to go see it and then read the review that this guy wrote, because he addresses everything in the movie, and it's just very hysterical. I'll send it to you. So, but yeah, that thing was 2.5 hours long, and it's like, damn, they could have easily cut out a half hour and had it tight, succinct, and still had the same impact. But it's a Michael Bay film, so you've got to watch the entire explosion in slow motion from beginning to end with every piece of dust falling down. And, I don't know.
You know what they could do in slow motion, and I'd be willing to watch it for quite a long time, is that dark-haired actress with the blue eyes.
Oh, good.
Bending over a motorcycle or something with the shorts on.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we could do that.
Yeah, I think that when the DVD comes out, I think you'll be able to have multiple angles that you can zoom around her while she's doing that. I think that's on the Blu-ray edition.
I tell you what, that just the thought of her makes my heart race.
She's pretty. You know what? I got to say this: very pretty. I don't think she's that good of an actress, but she is amazing to look at.
Yeah, that's why she got the part, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Megan Fox is the young lady's name.
Yes.
And she has some weird ass tattoo on her right shoulder. They covered up in the movie, but I saw. It was like in People magazine or something, and it says, "One day we're going to laugh at the gilded butterflies."
I think I saw that on some picture where she was like at the Academy Awards or something on the red carpet.
It's like, what the hell? What does that mean?
I don't know. It means she's so pretty it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't. Who's looking at her shoulder anyway? Is what I'm thinking.
I'm starting to feel like a dirty old man.
I know.
That kid could be my kid. that young girl could probably be my daughter.
That is true. I mean, I've got a 19-year-old stepdaughter, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I just have to separate church and state. It's like, I drive down the street, I see a beautiful woman, and then she turns around and looks at you, and you go, "Oh my God, she's like 12." And it's like, dude, this is so not. Well, I mean, I'm overgeneralizing, but
yeah,
like she's 17, 19.
This day and age, the 12-year-olds look 17 or 18.
Dude, is that not the truth?
Oh,
I mean,
man. It's scary.
I am so glad. I think we were protected as children from this onslaught of amazing beauties.
And also premature adulthood.
Honestly, dude, what is up with that? It's like there are these.
It's the media. It pushes that look, and the young girls they're taught from TV to look that way. That's the way they've got to look. There was an episode of Sex and the City that dealt with that. Did you ever see that?
I used to watch Sex and the City. Anybody that's listening is probably going to want me to hand in my man card right about now. But
hey,
yeah.
I used to watch that with a girl I was seeing.
Oh, did you? Okay, all right. Then I don't
saw the whole thing. She had them all on DVD, and we watched all of them over the course of like several months, and they're really funny.
No, they were
very
great.
Smart.
Very, very smart.
And I didn't like the movie.
You know what? I saw the movie because my wife wanted to see it, and it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were a fan of the series, it kind of followed suit, kind of.
Yeah, but
it wasn't. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and because I want to get back to the subject at hand, which really we don't have one. But
we kind of wandered all over.
Oh yeah, we're going to keep wandering through the woods on this one, I can tell. But now, the Sex and the City movie didn't seem as edgy as the TV show.
I know.
It's like they lost their balls from when the show ended on television to the big screen. And I would think, hello, you've got a movie. You have got carte blanche to pretty much do whatever you want. And I mean, okay, so they had a naked neighbor taking a shower. Okay, big deal. It's like Samantha really didn't have a lot of sexploits going on, and I don't know. It just seemed
Samantha was okay. I got to admit something. I rented the DVD. I started watching it. 10 or 15 minutes into it, I went, "This sucks," and I turned it off. So I didn't really see much of it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just didn't like it. But I mean, Samantha is she's like settled down in this, isn't she? She's got that boyfriend, that younger boyfriend.
For the most part, I mean, yeah, it's
did she sleep around on him?
Well, I think you're going to have to see it. I don't want to spoil the end.
That's all right. I'm not going to see it.
Okay.
It's okay.
Well, she morphs into a truck and then flies into outer space and kills these things called the Decepticons.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah, it's a Decepticon in the city.
So it's a new Michael Bay movie.
It is. It is a Michael Bay film. Yes.
It's a Michael Bay romance.
Yes. Sex in the Prime, I think is what they're calling the sequel. But, no, it was okay. I mean, she had this boyfriend that she had moved out with, and it wasn't working out, and then she had this neighbor, and she decided, I can't even. It's so complicated and so convoluted that I'm sure that we can find the plot summary somewhere on Geraldo. We could get the transcript, but it was horrible.
Okay,
it was really, that part was really horrible, and I just felt that they tried, but kept falling short.
Well, in the series, they pushed some serious boundaries, and I actually learned a lot of things that I never knew anything about. I remember there was this one episode that was about licking buttholes, and I'm like, oh my god!
I did not see that one.
Yeah,
I believe the correct term would be analingus.
Oh no, there's some other term for it. I forgot what it was.
Oh, well,
ladies and gentlemen, I'm not into it.
Well,
giving or receiving.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Not. Yeah. The back door is closed.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that's for one purpose only, and
yeah,
I leave it to that.
Yes. Not that there's anything wrong with it. If you listeners out there choose to
partake of the back door, that's fine. Just leave it out of my living room.
We're fine, but just you know what? I've got a do not disturb sign on the handle.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But now, hey, speaking of do not disturb, you remember that job I was applying for, the winery job?
Yeah, I heard.
You heard the whole deal about how I got denied.
Oh, I guess I didn't.
You did not.
No, what happened?
Well, here's the deal. So they,
Are you sure you want to put this on the show?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because Martin Sargent already did. He's got a podcast called This Week in Fun.
Okay.
And if you go to This Week or Google This Week in Fun, he's got his up there, and it's called Swine Flu and Wine Screw. It's the title of the podcast.
Okay.
So he goes in on this little bit of a rant, and I mean, and rightfully so. So for the two listeners who, other than you and I, that will be listening, I sent in my video to apply for this thing called areallygoodjob.com for Murphy Good Wine.
And you came in like third, didn't you?
In the voting, yes. Now, granted, they did specify that the voting didn't necessarily ensure that you would make it to the next level. But now, here's the thing. The job is for a social media person. One would think that if you're going to open up the polls, so to speak, and invite the community to come and tell you who their favorite person is, or someone that they're trying to, that the person can, what am I trying to say? Access their social network and have people vote. And it's not, I mean, you voted. It's not an easy process. It's like you go to the site, you vote, they send you an email, you click the link.
Yeah, you have to go back to the email and verify you are who you said you are.
Exactly. So it's a
complex process. It's not something you can fake.
Right. It's which I think is good because it alleviates the spam bots and all that other stuff that people can do or whatever. But the problem was when it came down to the wire, when applications stopped being submitted and they were getting ready to pick the top 50, by the end of the voting, I was in the first place spot for probably 3 or 4 days, and then the guy who was in the second place spot bested me by about 30 or 40 votes, and then 70 votes, and then I got back, and then we played ping pong back and forth.
Oh yeah,
then,
it was a tough. You guys were battling. I remember
it was.
that.
And the funny part was, actually, I had been chatting with him on Facebook. We'd been talking back and forth. I mean, nice guy, and he goes, you're kind of like, what did he say? I feel like I'm at the Kentucky Derby. And we keep going. It's neck and neck. He's in first. He's in second. And then this guy, Martin Sargent. I don't know if you even know who Martin Sargent is.
Mm-mm.
He was on. Do you remember Tech TV? Did you ever get Tech TV or G4 TV?
I used to watch G4.
Okay. Well, he used to be on there. He was one of the anchors. They had a show called The Screensavers with Leo Laporte.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I follow Leo.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Leo and Martin are good friends. And they all came from that whole ZDTV thing. So Martin's been in the social media community for so long. And so he came into the fray 2 weeks. No. Actually, his video got uploaded like 3 days before voting stopped. Or application stopped. He went from 0 to 6,000 votes in 4 days.
Oh, yeah, of course, because he's got, like, this big...
huge fan base.
Yeah.
Right. Well, he came in first. This other guy, Clay, came in second, and I came in third. And, I'm sitting there going, you know what? The top 3, one would think that would at least get you a spot in the top 50, because they narrowed it down from, 2,000 videos to 50 to 10 and then pick their person. Now, the whole point of this is to see who's got social media skills, who can do the outreach thing and all that. And I thought for sure that I was the show. And Friday night, I'm sitting there on the computer, or Thursday night because they posted them on Friday, and I didn't make it. And neither did Martin Sargent. And I'm sitting there going, this is ridiculous. And I realized, I wasn't so pissed. I was disappointed more than I was pissed. But then I went on the internet and started looking through Twitter and all that, and holy cats, Martin's fans went on a rampage. They lambasted Murphy Good Winery. If you go on Twitter and type in what is it, pound Murphy Good, I think it is, the pound sign, or at Murphy Good, all this stuff will come up where they're saying, screw Murphy Good, we're going to boycott. And I guess they started calling and sending over black faxes and just all this amazing
black
stuff.
Faxes.
Oh yeah, just to clog up the machine.
Oh Lord.
and emails and all that. And I mean, some of the people that were supporting me called in as well. I got like 4 or 5 emails saying I called them up and told them what for, and I'm going, oh good Lord, here we go. I'm going to be banned from Sonoma County. So all in all, when all this went down, if you go on Murphy Good's Facebook page, by typing in Murphy Good in there, you can kind of read some of the backlash, and they're standing by their deal that, you know what, hey, the bottom line is it was never about who got the most votes. It's like we said we were going to pick who we wanted to pick all along, and thanks for playing, and we're sorry if there was some confusion, but what are you going to do? So when it's all said and done, yeah, I didn't make the cut, and
wow,
it's okay. You know what? It's all right. I don't feel as bad as I did over the weekend for sure.
Here's the thing, though. It sounds to me like this whole thing is going to backfire on them.
Well, you know what? Honestly, they really have. They have angered a sleeping giant in the case of Martin. Now, my people, not so much. I mean, I don't have 6,000 people that are going to go on get the torches and the pitchforks and go storm Sonoma County. But, man, I'll tell you, there are people out there that are really angry that Martin didn't at least get in the top 50.
Well, you guys should have at least gotten the top 50.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
Exactly, because then what does the voting mean? It means nothing.
It meant nothing, and that's when you're doing social media stuff like that, when you're doing social marketing, you don't screw over the people who've participated.
Exactly. And
that's like the biggest no-no, and then they've just they have proven that they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, you're absolutely right. That is absolutely correct, and that's really the whole point, that everybody is pissed, and Murphy Good won't even address that.
Yeah, see, and that's also a big mistake.
Yeah, you should go on there if you have time. You can go back through and kind of read what they wrote, and you'll see that they kind of just danced around a lot. And I mean, my guess is they're embarrassed, and they're like, "Oh, holy crap, we kind of effed up here," and now there's no way to fix it now that we left the barn door open and the horse has already eaten the children. So it's like, what are you going to do? It's like you can't go back and say, "Whoops, we're dumb shits," and
actually, that would have been the best thing to do.
It would have been.
That would have calmed it all down.
Yes,
that's how it works in the social marketing.
Right, but they decided
it's honesty and transparency, and it has to be that way. And companies don't understand that; they shouldn't be in it.
Right, and that's the problem. That they didn't realize what they were playing with, because they came off looking like spammers in that sense. You know what I mean? It's like they harvested God knows how many thousands and thousands and thousands of email addresses. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that they're going to spam. I mean, they wrote a note saying, "Look, do you really think we're going to spam you for the rest of your life?" No. It's like we put that in place just as a verification tool. However, you and I both know that selling email lists is one of the biggest money-making things out there on the internet. So I don't know. I just think there's something fishy in Denmark, my friend.
And it's not the fish. So,
yep.
did Pat get a hold of you?
No, he never did.
Okay.
He never did. Can you give me a thumbnail?
Well, okay. What it is basically he thought, this whole thing that they pulled off at the beginning, the idea, the seed of the idea is brilliant, because not only are you marketing from the people, but the people who are trying to get in there are doing your marketing for you.
Right.
And then their friends, and then it's spread. It's really a good idea to do it that way.
It is. I think it's the epitome of viral marketing.
Pat's idea was, you, Mr. Dan Ledbetter,
yes,
understand this from beginning to end. You've been involved in it. Why don't you turn around and do that for other companies? And then suddenly you're the expert doing this for companies, and you do it correctly. And there's something that you could market yourself and market people, and that could be your thing. You could be the social marketing guy who sets this up for other companies. Because I'm thinking about doing it for my company.
That's a great idea. That is a very good idea.
And of course, I can't mention Pat's name because he doesn't really want to be on our show.
Right, exactly.
But he and I were having a business meeting because we're both in marketing, and we spent the whole meeting talking about you.
That's funny.
So anyway.
Well, that's a very good idea, actually.
And you know what? And that's his idea, not mine. So you can thank him.
Well, I had a couple of people suggest that to me. Actually, I had a couple of people told me, like the day after this happened, they said, you should call Martin Sargent up and you two should start a social media thing for like 3 other wineries in Sonoma County and beat Murphy Good at their game.
Do it.
Yeah,
call
I know.
him.
It's like,
do it.
I know. It'd be like amazing to be able to harness that kind of power.
Do it for absinthe. Do it for something you really like, too.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, that's what it really needs to be for. There needs to be a social networking guru for the absinthe community because nobody's doing it right now, and
most people still think it's illegal. Every time I mention it to someone, I'm like, oh yeah, I've got these 2 different types of absinthe, and I'm really enjoying it. They're like, where did you get it from? They're acting like I'm talking about heroin.
Crack or heroin.
Yeah. So, no, it's not illegal. And in fact, it's in Chicago, you could there's like 12 or 15 different types I've found.
Oh, yes. There is a plethora of absinthe out there.
So I got to tell you, though, I don't like Kubler as much as I do the Wait, or am I saying it wrong? I don't like the Swiss one as much as I do the French one.
Now, which one was the French one? Do you remember the
Pernod.
Pernod?
I don't like Kubler as much as I like the Pernod.
Wow,
But you got to remember, I'm drinking it straight.
Yeah, true.
And
Okay.
I like the taste of the Kubler better. I mean, the Pernod.
The Pernod, really?
They're completely different.
Yeah. Oh, dude, totally.
Oh.
There is such a difference in absinthes.
There's one out there I found that's the base of it is brandy. Have you seen that one?
Oh, that's St. George.
Yeah, is that any
Dude.
good?
I've had 2 bottles of that. That is, there are a few absinthes out there that I get very fired up about. One was a home brew that a friend of mine made in his basement, and the other one is St. George. It has got such. You know what? Save your pennies and buy a bottle. I'll just say that it's like $74.
Oh yeah. I paid $74 for the darn Pernod in.
Oh, good Lord! You shouldn't have paid that much.
Oh, but that's how much they sold it for in Iowa. Out here, it's like 40,
49 or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay, definitely go for the St. George. That will change your belief system.
Okay,
I am not even kidding you. It's very fun and funny. A little side note about the St. George is the label. It's got a monkey holding a bone and a cowbell.
Okay.
Now, okay, that's the label. Now that is label B. When they first sent the label in to get approved by the FDA, the monkey was holding a bone and a skull. They refused that one because they said, well, it makes it look like it's too much of a hallucinogen. And I mean, I just started laughing when I read that because I'm going, oh, the cowbell then makes perfect sense. That's not hallucinogenic. A monkey with a freaking cowbell and a bone.
Oh God! Have you seen some of the beer labels on the high end beers?
Yes.
Those are hallucinogenic.
They are. Now, speaking of high-end beers, I was going to write to you because I saw that you had posted something about that stout that you drank.
Oh,
or that beer.
Which one?
It was today. You don't remember?
Oh, the cappuccino stout.
Yes.
Lagunitas, and I will give them free advertising, and they don't even have to give me beer. Their beer is the best beer I've ever had.
Really?
Lagunitas Brewery in Petaluma, California. Everything they do is over the top.
Really?
Love it.
Now, do they do delirium trimmers?
I don't think they do.
They don't? No. That's the one with the pink elephant on the front.
No, they don't do that one. But
Okay.
what they are doing, a series, they do a lot of limited run. And they're all in big bottles, and they're all very strong, and they're all excellent.
Wow.
They're doing a series of them that feature Frank Zappa album covers.
Oh, dude. How cool is that?
And they make a barley wine that they call gnarly wine, and that stuff will knock you on your ass.
Really?
It is good stuff.
Now, see, I'm okay with that. I'm totally good with that.
Yeah, we should just call this beer talk.
Yeah, we could. We could. Or all
hello,
things.
welcome to all things alcoholic.
All things alcohol. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome to Zombie Beach, where we're all zombies.
Yes, that's tonight's alcohol.
There you go. The show is changing
Right
from now on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not attempt to adjust your podcast.
Really, do not drive and listen to this podcast.
No, for God's sake. Now, here's the thing, too. Speaking of great beers, you really need to try this beer called Delirium Tremors.
I've had it.
Oh, you have had it, and what did you think?
I'd have to look it up. I don't remember.
I can't remember. It was too delirious.
You could go out. Well, actually, I'll do it. Maybe I'm delirious and I didn't really try it, but you go to beer.groovybrew.com.
Yes.
and that is my beer site. And then there's a search button, and you can type in Delirium. Oops. Oh, maybe I haven't done it. Or maybe I just spelt it wrong. Yeah, I spelt it wrong.
It's all right. I'm actually looking for another...
Nope, apparently I haven't.
Oh.
Apparently I haven't. I'm probably thinking about the other one with the pink elephant on it. Okay, so I will put that on my list. Delirium, because I know it's like, because I saw it last weekend.
Yes, Delirium Tremors. I'm telling you, my friend. It's a very... And I don't really care for beer that much, but this one, liking it a lot.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
My friends and fellow listeners, this podcast actually kept on going. It was going on too long. I would have split it into another podcast, in fact, but something went wrong. There was a glitch, and something went wrong, and then suddenly Dan sounded like he was on helium. If you look it up, it's Tremens. Delirium Tremens. Tremens.
That's weird. Now, I just sent you a link, and this is something I thought we would talk about, but since we got off on alcohol, we might save this for a future show. But there's this lady who's being interrogated by the police, and she has a baby squirrel pop out from between her cleavage.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so I sent you the link, and
oh my god,
it's the video. It's like, dude, I swear to you, that's like whack-a-mole. She's sitting there talking, and the best part is, it's like it's like so normal for her. She just kind of puts the squirrel's head back down between her boobs and keeps on talking to the police.
So you could hear that the rest of the recording was pretty much unusable, even though we were talking about fun things. Some of the things we covered, well, first of all, I wanted to thank Dos Equis for using clips from their commercials, even though we didn't ask permission. It's a fair use thing. Also, we talked about my favorite indie band, Jim's Big Ego. They're awesome, and they gave me permission to use their songs on this podcast, and so I'm going to end the podcast with one of their songs from their album Free, The Bonway Tree.
We got lots of fun. We got lots of friends. We got new and old relationships. We got no parents, no money, no candy, no coffee, no fizzy water for me. We got pigs in Mudville. We got Shrinky Dins. We got Pete and Simon. We got famous links. The early bell, 6:30 ring. The morning bell is a mixed blessing. And every day ends at the Bonway Tree. And every day ends at the Bonway Tree. Give me back my money. Give me back my candy. Give me back my gum, my money, my candy, my gum, my money right now. We got lazy Sundays. We got barefoot feet. We got Woodstock. We got pizza at Camp Furrow in Vermont. We got almost everything that we want.
Are they frickin' awesome or what? Jim's Big Ego. Visit him. BigEgo.com. Buy the album. Support indie music. Support these guys. They're awesome. Anyway, this is Jerry signing off. .zom.com. Thanks.